All right, welcome
Um,
everybody. Travis David here with CMG Home Loans, and thanks for joining us. And today we have Bailee Klein with BK Interior Designs joining us. How you doing, Bailee?
Good. How are you, Travis?
Doing good, doing good. Nice to see you again. So Bailey's here. She has a wonderful interior design business, and what I wanted to do really, as an effort on our side as a mortgage lender, we come to the realization that we have a lot of really great business contacts, great business owners as clients or partners, and we wanted to showcase that. We wanted to give a platform for our network to create some synergies with other people within our sphere, and figured this was a great way to do it. So Bailee, you are our first partner spotlight, so congratulations.
Thank
But
you.
tell us a little bit about yourself, about how you kind of got started in interior design, what made you start your own business. Let's hear a little bit about you.
Yeah, sure. I'm always an entrepreneur at heart. I had probably like 11 businesses before this, but in 2020, um, I founded BK Interior Designs, specializing in residential renovations. And thankfully, it's been the first out of 11 successful businesses.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess you
Persistence,
gotta
right?
keep trying.
That's a
Um,
serial entrepreneur for you.
yes. At the age of 24. So,
Awesome.
uh, yeah, so it's been good, specializing residential renovations because I do love working with homeowners. I do talk to so many other designers who, they either don't specialize or they prefer the commercial end. Me, on the other hand, I love my residential clients. I love the personal dynamic, the drama that might come along with it. I'm
I'm
all
sure there's a
good for
little bit of
that.
that.
Yeah. Um, but I do offer a bunch of different services to cater specifically to everybody's needs. So, for example, my entry level services are 1 hour or designer for a day, and then going to e-design, design only, or full service, which are the more full scale, larger scope projects. And each one is a really great option for different people. If you're looking for just some advice and guidance, but not looking to do a full scale project or not looking to do a full scale project with a designer, then just consulting for an hour or a day is a really great option and way to add value to your home, ensure that you're not making common mistakes, and really just getting the most out of like what you put into your home.
I think, and what I just want to clarify that too, because what I understand of your business too, which I love, is people can work with you in whatever capacity that they want. It's very much, it's from what it sounds like too, an a la carte type of setup where, if somebody just wants to looking at a room and just get some advice or consultation, they can. Or, as I mentioned before, we do a lot of renovation loans. So clients coming in and maybe consulting with you as far as how to design a particular space, or whether it's kitchen, bathrooms, that we kind of have that right.
Yeah, 100%. I do offer a 20-minute complimentary consultation for all
Awesome.
clients, whether they're new or returning. And during that Zoom consultation, we'll discuss their goals and what they're looking to invest in time and finances. And then I will recommend my top two services so that they can choose from those before like going forward, I'll send them my investment guide so they can look at more details and the pricing and see if that works for them. But first we have the conversation, first we get to know each other. And then once I actually know what the client is looking to do, then I can advise based on their personal needs and lifestyle what I think would be best for them.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense too, because I would think, just from, as a person who struggles sometimes with vision, part of your um part of what you and working with a client is, how do we extract what that vision really looks like for a client, right? And what they ultimately want to see the space be. Is
Yeah,
that
actually, my big thing is instead of asking like, what your favorite style is. Like, do you like modern or do you like contemporary or farmhouse or traditional? I ask, how do you want to feel within your space? Like, give me at least three
Right.
like words. And if they say like tranquil, right? Or calm or welcoming, like cozy, right? Then that would make us bring in some warmer tones. Or for example, we want it to be like casual, not too uptight. So just that is really helpful, um, based on first understanding who they are as a person, how they live within their space, and then how they want to feel within their new space, the upgraded space, because the current space probably doesn't necessarily represent how they want to live. So asking how they want to feel versus what their style is,
That's
just
awesome.
it tells a
Yeah.
lot more and can bring us even more deeper into like a better
Such
design.
a such a little perspective, and as far as how you asked the question, I think that's powerful because I know I would answer that very differently than what I want to see in a space as far as maybe how I want to feel in a space. So that's
Yeah, it's
uh
an unexpected question. Like when I
yeah.
asked that question, a client once told me, "Whoa, no one ever asked me that." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Well,
I think
yeah."
that's powerful. That's cool. So, and I know we kind of talked about it too a little bit, but everybody, a lot of people have these preconceived notions of working with an interior designer is some, really only for the wealthy, or I can't really do that, and it really kind of prevents them even from taking the first step. And even what you touched on before, I maybe talk a little bit about how you work with people as far as just even from a budget perspective, but still being able to get them some value from a professional designer.
Yeah, sure. So once a client reaches out to me and I see that they're not ready to invest a large sum, whether that's time or finances, like money, um, into their project, then I would typically recommend my 1 hour consultation or designer for a day. And then during that time together, it's a very intensive session where we get a lot done in a very short period of time. And we'll typically go in with, let's say the 1 hour, we'll go in with 5 goals, 10 minutes each, the last 10 minutes for questions or to go back to something. And we'll source things really quickly. And what I'll do is give them other sources to shop for those items, either at a lower rate or to find coupons and deals online for those specific pieces, or places where they can get a similar look at a lower rate. So, for example,
That's
we might
great.
find something on Pinterest that's like, whoa, our room would look so good like this. And then I would say, well, actually, I saw this wallpaper at Target. Like, you can go to Target and there's something really similar, go to Target. Or you can go to Floor and Decor and get that backsplash that we're looking at for a
Right.
fraction of the price. And then I give them those sources and tell them like where they can get
I think
achieve
that's
that look.
just from my perspective, I think that's a huge value, because most people like knowing where to look is a big part of it too. And just by getting your professional expertise and then you providing the resources for potentially they can save money and doing some legwork themselves to make things work. I think that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
that I could see people getting a lot out of that. Um, what from a what's your is there any kind of best or good advice that you may have for homeowners as far as just as it relates to design? Anything specific there?
Yeah, I would say depending on what your goals are, like if you're looking to stay in your home long enough that like you're not looking to sell in the near future, then I would say try to save up and invest in pieces that are going to last and that are timeless that you like. Like don't worry about what everyone else is doing, what's in style, what's trendy, like whatever, or what's in fashion or what's trending. Whatever is in style, like the style is more personal. That's something that you like, not because fashion or the designers tell you to like it, but
Right.
because you actually like it. And then invest in those pieces. I actually have a quote on my board that says, buy the best and you'll only cry once because it won't
True.
break, it'll last.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like that, like invest in the best, buy the best, do the best, because then you'll only have that pain once just from the expense or the time it took to do that. But then in the long run, it'll last. You'll see the benefits for that much longer. You'll enjoy it instead of walking into your home every single time and saying, "Oh, why did I just save $800 on that?"
I
And
know.
that's 10 years later, right? So $800 in the big picture might not have been that much in the moment.
Right.
It might have been something. 10 years later, you're still thinking about it. You're like, "Oh,
Been there, done
why?
that. So that's
Why?"
yeah.
Just either don't get it at that moment and just wait until you can get it, or well, that's really my advice. Just wait until you can get what you actually want versus compensating with a bunch of other things that you don't even want.
No,
Um,
that makes a ton of sense. I know you touched on trends a little bit. What's the fun stuff as far as what are some cool trends that you're kind of seeing in design specifically and what homeowners are thinking and maybe what they're asking about?
yeah, so a couple years ago, it was very cool tones. Everyone was all for the gray, the black hardware. Now we're looking at more warm tones. So people are bringing back the neutrals, and we're looking at taupes, light beiges, so browns even, the the
Wow.
browns that we all got rid of really quickly.
Yeah,
Those are back, but in like a little bit of cooler undertones, more neutral. We're seeing natural stones used in kitchens. We're seeing emerald colors like jewel tone, uh, cristallo, quartzite, and marbles used in bathrooms and kitchens, and they look absolutely gorgeous. And if you can't necessarily afford to put it on an entire slab, then even just using a wall sconce that has like alabaster or those kind of stones in it just really elevates the your space.
I would
Um,
imagine. Yeah.
and just makes it look that much more expensive. And then we're also seeing gold tone hardware as well as bronze. So we're seeing like a mix of that. We
Very cool.
Yeah.
No, that's
So
good. Now, do you have, are there any specific um, projects that you enjoy working on, or is there maybe a memorable project that kind of sticks with you that you love, like anything on the project front?
yeah, so my favorite is kitchen renovations and bathroom renovations. Now, kitchen renovations because it's just we typically use the kitchen so often, possibly every single day.
Yeah.
And it just makes that much more of an impact in your lifestyle. For example, I just completed a kitchen renovation where we had a kitchen that was tucked away in the corner of the home and like really small. And what we did is we knocked down the walls, we raised the ceiling to match the slope of the roof, and that whole entire space became this huge open floor plan. And we extended the kitchen instead of being tucked away in the corner from one end all the way to the other end, putting in a 93-inch island with a sink that overlooks the dining room and living area. And it
That
just
sounds
feels
amazing.
that much more welcoming and family oriented. And when they texted me Christmas Eve with the picture of like, oh, it's so easy to cook here now, and it's so much like everyone can help out and be involved in decorating, and setting up the long table is not a hassle. It's not dark and dingy, it's bright, airy, and fresh. It's just like, okay, this is what makes it all worth it. When
Yeah.
families can get together and just feel comfortable and all welcome and
I,
engage with one another like that.
yeah, and especially with kitchens, that tends to be at least I know in a lot of my family and friends' houses as well as mine. That's where most people tend to congregate, and it's kind of it is a huge focal point of most homes and just gives an overall feel to the home. So
Yeah.
that's that plays a big part of it. Um, no, and I know as far as, I think we touched on it before too, as far as some of the challenges of maybe even marrying functionality with the aesthetic part of design too. How does that kind of play in maybe into your creative process or how you kind of talk with clients on?
Yeah, so typically I learn about the client's lifestyle, if they have children or pets, and we try to implement different features into the space that can function for their lifestyle. So if let's say they have a dog, we might do like those pull out, like you slightly tap the base of your kitchen cabinets and it pulls out the tray for the dog food in the water and just hides everything, tucks away, right? Or let's say if someone has two little boys, they probably want fabric that looks gorgeous, but there's
Terrible.
absolutely no way anyone is staining it.
Yeah.
So, you know, just really understanding the lifestyle and the functional needs, but then also going back to that, like liking to do bathroom renovations. For example, if someone has a large bathroom and it's not being utilized, we'll try to maximize the square footage that's currently there and then implement functional features, whether that's a larger shower with a niche to put the shampoo bottles versus having them on the floor, because so many people have them on the floor. Or if
Yeah.
they have a tub shower combo, they'll just have it on the ledge of the tub when in the beginning, like before the renovation, they'll have it on the ledge of the tub instead of having like a built-in niche in the wall. So we understand like how many products do you use? Okay, how big does this niche need to be? Do you want to see it when walking in? Do you want it to be a focal point? And just making all those things that could be features and focal points also functional.
Yeah, that's awesome. And guys, I think it's something just from what I'm even getting out of our conversation here with Bailey too is just we always in our own home we have these things that we're thinking about as far as that we would like to have done, and 9 times out of 10 it's a passing thought or something that constantly you bring up with your spouse or somebody else, but never really take the next step to get done. I would encourage you reach out to Bailey and kind of get just start that process of engaging and seeing, hey, what can be done with this space and get a sense as far as, what's possible, get that professional perspective. And I'm sure just based on this, Bailey will create something for you, which will be, cater to your budget, but also get the strategy that you want and really something that works. Just get those ideas. And that's what I love about having you on here too, and just sharing out there. I think it's something that people I think so much about and would love to see changes in, but just never take the action on it. So that's kind of what I love about it too. But where do you see? Tell us about the future and BK Interior Designs. Where are we taking this? What does the future look like for you?
Yeah, sure. So first and foremost, continuing to service my clients with the utmost care, personalized service is my top priority. Customer satisfaction is number one for me. And then everything else is, I teach interior design to higher education. I'm working on a master class for showrooms so that they can educate their employees to help out customers who are coming in and trying to pull together a room and that are not necessarily set and select different textiles and pillows and different things. Just basically be able to put together an entire room that looks curated and designed well without having a designer on site per se or having someone come in with their designer. The showroom would be able to help the customer out right then and there.
That sounds
Um,
cool.
yeah, so that's one thing. Also, I'm working on my YouTube channel with design tips and tricks. I'm working on a kitchen renovation series that will help out homeowners who are looking to either do a kitchen renovation, take it on their own, or hire an interior designer and understand what goes into that. And currently, right now on my website, I have a complimentary download of a kitchen renovation checklist with step by step of everything that goes into it, what you should begin with first, and just so you can understand how long you should possibly plan for and what to plan first, what to order first, what gets installed first, and understand that. So if you wanted to download that, that's free to anyone who wanted to
That
go to my website and check that out.
that sounds like a great resource too, and just kind of being someone who's gone through that process too, to have kind of things laid out a little bit it would have been a huge help. So yeah, guys, go grab that. Let everybody know too, Bailey, where can everybody reach you? Handles, email, phone, whatever's easiest to reach out to you.
Yeah. So the best way to reach me is through my website, which is BK Interior Designs with an S.com. And if you wanted to engage on social media, then follow my Instagram, which is bk.interior.designs. Also, same thing on Facebook, House, Pinterest, YouTube channel coming live in a couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that. And there's just a bunch of live updates that you'll see on my Instagram stories or WhatsApp statuses. If you wanted to follow my WhatsApp status, that's 908-216-9216. So that's all.
Very cool. So everybody know how to reach her. I would encourage you, reach out to Bailee, even just have a conversation, just take her up on that consultation, see what you're thinking about and plan out that next project. Hope this has been helpful for everyone. Bailee, awesome. Thanks for joining today. And we will talk to you guys soon. Take care.
Thank you, Travis, for having me.
You're welcome.